Good morning, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I come this morning with a very great news to announce to the Biafra people that the Biafra national football team will be playing first ever international game representing the Confederate State of Biafra this month, just before we go to our Finland convention. Pray for them so they're going to win, and it is going to be a good start. Woke ebutegike. Ebutegike. Ibobokari. Those who think that Biafra will not come, look around yourself. What do you see? What do you see? Look at my eyes. What do you see? Nigeria is gone. We are freeing our people from the shackles of the Islamic State chain called Nigeria, from the terrorist state called Nigeria. Biafra is going. And I am leading Biafra out of Nigeria. The main liberation of Biafra will begin on the 2nd of December 2024. May God bless you. Support this movement so history will be kind to you.
Simon Ekpa, who recently launched a Biafran football team, has stated that the football team is going to represent Biafra in the international stage. First, the team is going to represent Biafra in African Nations Cup, and the team is also going to represent Biafra in World Cup. He encouraged Biafrans who are good in football and who can play very well to join the Biafran football team, because they are going to showcase the glory of Biafran to the world. Just recently, Simon Ekpa made the announcement of the launch of a Biafran national football team, which he presents as a symbol of the ongoing push for Biafran independence. Simon Ekpa mentions that the team will play its first international game in November 2024, tying this event to the upcoming Biafran convention in Finland later that month. The convention, scheduled for November 29 to December 3, 2024, aims to present various initiatives such as a Biafran constitution, a Biafran national identity card, a Biafran international passport, and a Biafran currency, and a formal map of Biafran territory. He highlights that this convention will involve political figures and supporters from around the world. Simon Ekpa's message reinforces his assertion that Biafra's separation from Nigeria is an inevitable process and a historic reclaiming of identity, emphasizing a collective movement among supporters. Let me tell you about something quite extraordinary that is happening right now. It is the kind of news that will either make you shake your head in disbelief or nod with a little smile, seeing it as a sign of something greater. Whatever your stance, it is a big moment for the Biafra movement. So here we have Simon Ekpa, a man whose name has been stirring up conversation for a while now. Just recently, he made a bold announcement. Biafra, the region many in Nigeria and beyond know for its historic bid for independence in the late 1960s, now has its own national football team. And yes, this team is gearing up to play their first ever international match. It is not just any football team in his mind, it is a team that represents an entire nation, a Biafra that is still fighting, symbolically and literally, for its autonomy. Simon Ekpa's message is clear. Biafra is more than an idea, it is a growing, evolving entity, and he believes that sooner or later it will become a reality on the world stage. Simon Ekpa's announcement came with all the fervor and excitement you would expect from a leader speaking to his people. He urged all Biafrans, those who see themselves as part of this movement, and others who support the cause to celebrate. Look around you, he said, his words carrying both hope and defense. What do you see? Nigeria is gone, he declared. Now, in most cases, this could come off as hyperbole, but for many in his audience, this is more than just rhetoric. It is a dream they have held onto for many decades. This isn't the first initiative Simon Ekpa has spearheaded. Just a few months ago, he announced the formation of the Biafra Liberation Army, a paramilitary group he claims is tasked with the responsibility of protecting their land, especially in the southeastern region of Nigeria. According to Simon Ekpa and his supporters, this army has been a shield defending the people from any aggressions they attribute to Nigeria. So with the army set up, the next step in his mind seems to be establishing more visible symbols of statehood, starting with a football team. It is like he's building a puzzle piece by piece, one representing security, and now with this football team representing culture and pride. What is fascinating is that this football team is only a part of a larger picture Simon Ekpa has been painting. He recently talked about a convention that will be held in Finland at the end of November and early December, gathering people who identify as Biafrans or support the movement. At this convention, he promises something monumental: the unveiling of Biafra's official identity card, international passport, Biafra currency, and even a flag for the United States of Biafra. These are all symbols that represent the foundation of a nation. To those supporting him, these things aren't merely tokens, they are declarations of identity, resilience, and a kind of sovereignty that doesn't yet exist in the physical world but is alive in the minds of many. Simon Ekpa also mentioned that the convention would include dignitaries, even representatives from other nations. Now, whether they are there to support the cause or merely observe remains to be seen. But if there is any truth to this, then it means that the Biafra movement is reaching far beyond Nigeria, capturing international attention. Here is where it gets even more interesting. Simon Ekpa talks about a national referendum. According to him, Biafrans worldwide have cast their votes on whether to support the independence of Biafra. By November 28, he claims the vote will be counted, and if the majority says yes, then on December 2nd, 2024, Biafra will officially declare itself as an independent state. It is a bold plan, to say the least, and a historic one if it comes to fruition. Now, some might say this is just wishful thinking. Biafra attempted to gain independence back in the late 1960s, leading to a brutal civil war that ended with Biafra rejoining Nigeria. And since then, any talk of independence has often been met with skepticism and at times suppression. Yet the movement has endured over the years, fueled by various leaders and supporters who believe that Biafra deserves to exist as a sovereign state. Simon Ekpa's approach, combining militaristic and symbolic elements, is his way of breathing new life into this old cause. The football team first game and the upcoming convention both serve as more than mere announcements. They are signals to the world and perhaps most importantly to Nigeria. Simon Ekpa has laid out a timeline that feels urgent, as though he believes the moment for Biafra is now, and that waiting any longer would mean letting this dream slip further away. His conviction resonates with his followers, and he often draws parallel to other historical examples like Lithuania reclaiming its sovereignty from the Soviet Union to make his point. He sees Biafra's fight for independence as a matter of destiny, not just politics. The convention itself is said to be a grand affair. Simon Ekpa claims it will feature debates, votes, speeches, and even the adoption of a constitution for Biafra. This document, he says, will solidify their path towards being recognized as an independent state. What is interesting is his insistence that this isn't a declaration in foreign territory, as critics might argue. Instead, he claims it is a restoration of what was lost, a restoration of a state that, in his words, should never have been erased from the map. As for the football team, it might seem like a small step, but sports have a powerful way of uniting people and putting nations on the global map. Just think of the Olympics or the FIFA World Cup. National teams often symbolize pride, identity, and unity. Simon Ekpa knows this, and his decision to start with something so universally celebrated, which is football, is a smart move. If this team makes wave, it could give the Biafran cause a new kind of visibility and support, especially among younger generations who may be passionate about both sports and identity. Supporters are busy with excitement, and you can see this enthusiasm reflected in the comments on the videos and posts about the announcements. For them, this is more than a news. It is a sign that change is on the horizon. And while Simon Ekpa plans are ambiguous, even audacious, they tap into a deep-seated yearning for self-determination that has been simmering for decades. Whether he can pull it off or not is another question. But for now, it has managed to reignite the flame of hope for a people who feel they have long been overlooked and misunderstood. In the end, this might be one of those stories where belief plays as much of a role as strategy. Simon Ekpa's followers believe in his vision, and he's counting on this belief to carry the Biafra movement forward. His conviction, his confidence, and his sense of urgency has given new momentum to the environment, drawing in supporters who are willing to stand by him no matter the outcome. Whether you agree with him or not, there is no denying that he has turned Biafra into a global conversation once again.
Thank you all. Thank you all for watching. This is the protest happening live and direct in Finland, and we are here today to protest and create awareness as what is going on in Nigeria and the reason and the need for us to leave and exit Nigeria. We will continue to push, we will continue to agitate, we will continue to create awareness globally, and at the end we will get our freedom. Freedom is all we ask for, and Biafra is going to exit from Nigeria at the end of the day. Today we have seen the way our leader issue was handled in court, the adjournment, which we already know predicted that it is going to happen, and then we will go back to our drawing board. We will go back to our drawing board and start from where we stop. So thank you for joining. I may not be streaming this live all the time. I may not be streaming this live all the time because I don't have enough battery. But we are live here and direct.
Thank you for joining. We are still expecting a lot of people to join us, and as time goes on, they are going to join this protest. I am live and direct here. Live and direct. Thank you very much. Support Biafra, support Biafra. You want to say, you want to be free. Here we go.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I come this morning with a very great news to announce to the Biafra people that the Biafra national football team will be playing first ever international game representing the Confederate State of Biafra this month, just before we go to our Finland convention. Pray for them so they are going to win, and it is going to be a good start. Okay, Butegike. Hey, Butegike. Ibogokari. Those who think that Biafra will not come, look around yourself. What do you see? What do you see? Look at my eyes. What do you see? Nigeria is gone. We are freeing our people from the shackles of the Islamic State chain called Nigeria, from the terrorist state called Nigeria. Biafra is going. And I am leading Biafra out of Nigeria. The main liberation of Biafra will begin on the 2nd of December 2024. May God bless you. Support this movement so history will be kind to you.
Confirmation.
Welcoming the Imo State General Commander. Welcoming the Imo State General Commander. Good work. It's happening. Live and direct. Today, in 28th of October, this is our inauguration day. The day we are inaugurated, the Biafra Liberation Army. The men know this. Men live and direct. Men day live and direct. Biafra Liberation Army. Today being 28th of October. It's happening.
Adé! sponsor. We have 10 in the parade. Permission to carry on the parade, sir. Bayonet, mark time.
What's your name?
Right about turn. Bayonet. Right. Momo name de Biafra. Aye no never. Momo name de Biafra. Aye no never. Ole boli la nyunude. Ole benzo bonude. Ole la yese la wo aya o. Nzabuta yese la wo aya o.
Yes, this is Southern Media. Mr. Adafubechi, let us quickly look at the statement that is coming from Simon Ekpa talking about the Finland-based Biafra agitator. That is the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile, saying that they have entered the last stage, or rather the final stage of the struggle. You understand that he has said that he's going to declare Biafra in Finland this coming December, but saying that the final stage is where they are. How does that come to you?
If you look at the appointments, I tell you that...
no, not appointment this amount. I'm talking about someone saying that at the final stage of the struggle.
Okay, the final stage, that's it. Because you see what happened 2-3 days ago. The whole Igbo land were shut down, southeastern Nigeria. And that was when they announced most of their military equipment procured or secured from the Western world. And they actually celebrated it on the social media. The whole world was watching. So he's trying, because that's the last straw that is going to break the camel's back. The whole world is seeing it, and we are waiting towards Biafra emancipation comes December 2nd. So that's is a good idea. It's a welcome idea. Simon Ekpa is trying a lot, and you can see he has resigned from his political positions in Finland, and he has served Finland in various categories, and it's like he has gone so deep, direct, solely for Biafra agitation business this time. He doesn't want to be distracted by any other maybe job or hobby or something during his time of leisure. I don't understand. So he has gone fully into agitation of Biafra, making sure that he made enough consultation in the West, in the East, in Asia, everywhere in the world, and that is what he's embarking on now. He has embarked on that. He has gone to the House of Congress in America. They are the lawmakers in the United States of America, and they have given him the approval to go on. Even most of the congressmen in the House, they have at least solicited for Biafra. They have spoken at least in favor of the Prince of Africa that is about to emancipate. That's Biafra. They have spoken again about Nnamdi Kanu that was, in prison for over how many years now? Over 48 months. Nnamdi Kanu was down in prison. Nobody is caring. Nobody is actually hearing from the court. Even the present administration of Tinubu could not even adhere to what the court has been at least hammering on. Release this gentleman. Constitutionally, he has not contravened any law in Nigeria, any law of the land, and they are charging him of many many count charges up to 15. They reduce it to 7. Now, all has been struck out. Kanu is supposed to come out. And let me tell you, it should not be forgotten that if not for the same Simon Ekpa you are talking about, everybody is blowing out of proportion that he is not getting it right. Agitation is blah, blah, blah. Listen, if not for Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu would have been a forgotten man. Igbos will not put him there. I'm an Igbo. I know us. Igbo politicians would have forgotten him. Igbo businessmen that are making their money all over Nigeria would have forgotten him. Simon Ekpa is a diaspora Igbo. He's not a Nigerian now. He has dual citizen, a Finnish and a Nigerian. So he has right to do whatever he's doing. And if you look at the job he's doing, it's too bogus. Because there's nothing you can do him. Nigerian nation cannot do him anything. Finland is not in the position to do him anything. If you are a Finnish man, you have right to live your life in totality. So it has given him the right, the Scandinavian law has given him the right to live his life in totality. He's defending his country. Simon Ekpa's country is Biafra. I don't know what I understand. So that's why he's fighting tooth and nail, making all manners of international consultation to make sure that Biafra, the Prince of Africa, emerges as soon as possible. Look at his connection with NATO. Am I trying to tell you it's with Canada? Yes, Canada. Okay. Biafra, Jacob, Israel. Israel has recognized Biafra. I've had Netanyahu on and on, hammering, saying something about Biafra on and on that they know what Biafra is going through. I don't know what I understand. It's all, give it to Ekpa, give it to Nnamdi Kanu. When he was out of jail, when he was free, making his own consultations all over the world. I don't really understand. Simon Ekpa is trying. We are waiting for emancipation of Biafra. Okay, listen, time shall come when anybody in Nigeria, be you Igbo or Yoruba, you can put on that t-shirt with the rising sun, half yellow of the sun, even in Abuja, even in Lagos. Because what happened 2-3 days ago has actually indicated that Nigeria is tired. There's nothing the country can do again. They were celebrating themselves, their uniform, their flag, all their hardwares, firearms, and nobody did shoot any bullets. The police were there, the soldiers were there at the mechanized division in Enugu. Nobody even shoot rubber bullets. They allowed them. They celebrated their country with what the stuff they procured. They secured for their activities against the enemy of Igbo man, the Fulani headers who are grazing on a farmland. So nobody accused anybody of anything. Since 4 days ago, no police, no soldier. Biafrans, they were marching all over the streets, all over the communities, localities in the southeastern Nigeria.
Okay, now we have a situation where an Obasanjo is saying that even if Igbos fought for civil war and wanted to secede, that Igbos are not the first and the only tribe that said they wanted to secede. That after all, the Hausas at one point in time through Araba said they wanted to secede.
Yes.
As such, that is not justified to say Igbo man should not rule.
Thank you so much. It is not justified to say Igbo man should not rule. That is why Tinubu.
That is coming from Obasanjo.
Yes, I know. Obasanjo tried. I know him since. They always accuse him. Obasanjo is an Igbo man because he is so blunt and meticulous on defining whom Igbo man is and what Igbo man represents in Nigeria. If you ask me, Obasanjo himself individually single-handedly made Obi Nigeria president. Before we all went to the poll to cast our votes, Obasanjo has made Obi, announced Obi, Peter Greg Obi, as the winner of last year presidential election in Nigeria. Obasanjo did it. So what am I saying? I'm trying to say that it is not wrong to make an Igbo man president. The first people to have agitated since 1914 to 1960s were the Hausas. Hausa said Araba, meaning secession, secede, seed. Let us go, let us divide, let us disintegrate. That's the meaning of Araba. And they are the Hausas. And after all, they were ruling Nigeria for how many years? Now somebody is saying he will make Igbo man president because Igbo man was trying a secessionist or a rebel or whatever. We are not the first. Igbo man is not the first to have quested or asked for disintegration of this country. So it is wrong if anybody is having it as his own principle that Igbo man will not rule Nigeria. It is wrong. Igbo man will not only but must rule Nigeria once elected through democratic process, as happened last year. Obi outrightly was voted by Yoruba, Hausa, Igbos, and the rest of ethnic groups in Nigeria. It was not a tribal election last year, because I know that in Lagos State, Yoruba gave Obi 75% votes.
Okay, could that be the reason Obasanjo threw his vote behind Obi?
Obasanjo is behind Obi. Obasanjo made Obi president before we went to the poll. Sorry, we went to the poll. Obasanjo has actually announced Obi the winner. He was addressing Obi as Nigerian president. I don't understand. And today, what happened? We've seen a Fulani INEC. We've seen a Fulani APC that has denied Igbo that position. It is right of every region, any ethnic group to win election and go to that highly exalted office of Aso-Rock. If you ask Obasanjo today, he is in good spirit to tell you that Igbo man is more competent than any ethnic group in Nigeria to rule Nigeria. So I welcome what Obasanjo said.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arafumechi.
The Biafra Convention 2024, from November 29 to December 3rd, 2024, these days, Biafran from all over the walks of life will gather in Lahti, Finland, for a 5-day event that will mark the beginning of the new era for generations to come. This is more than just convention, and I'm telling you, the enemy are not happy. They have done everything thinking that Nigeria can control and can get anything they want. But today, we are not just outsmarting them. We are showing to them that not every country supports evil. It's a unification of a people reclaiming their identity, purpose, and future. The energy will be electrifying, historic, and a pride uncontainable as Biafrans come together to declare their restoration of their sovereignty. This monumental and historical event will showcase the symbol of our independence and identity, and here's what we have in stocks. For those who have been asking questions, what is this convention all about? You want to declare independence in a foreign land? We are not declaring independence in a foreign land. The independence of Biafra has already been declared. We are only restoring our lost sovereignty, just like the Lithuanians. The point is that the people don't read history. We are not going to be the first country to restore a lost sovereignty state. We'll launch the Biafra National Identity Card and Passport during the Finland Convention. Finally, making every Biafran place and belonging official across the globe, we will unveil Biafra Ejema. During this convention, the Biafra currency will be unveiled. A testament to our economic independence and strength. The flag of the United States of Biafra will be raised, standing tall as a banner of our unity and resilience, representing Biafra to the world. We also will adopt the Biafran Constitution during this convention, a document that enshrines our rights, principles, and governance for our new nation. During this convention, we'll also present the map of the United States of Biafra officially, defining our rightful borders and land. It is not just a map. Is a declaration of our place in the world. My fellow Biafrans in the US, we have dignitaries that will embrace the convention in Finland. Powerful policymakers from different parts of the world will be present in Finland. Powerful speeches will echo throughout the event with delegates and key international figures voicing our shared struggle for freedom, resilience, and determination. And in a formal oral declaration of independence, of the restoration of the independence of Biafra, we will outline each vital aspect of our freedom step by step, solidifying our path to sovereignty state. This convention will also feature national debate on the issue that matters most to our new nation, uniting Biafrans from all backgrounds, representatives from across the 40 United States of Biafra, delegation from the different countries where Biafra has their liaison offices, and vote on bills, creating the legal backbone of our nation. The establishment of the declaration document will formally declare our restoration of independence of Biafra, marking our collective vision for the future. And to seal this commitment, Biafra delegate will sign this historic document symbolizing our dedication to a free and independent Biafra. This is just the tip of the iceberg, as many other incredible things will unfold as the United States of Biafra begin to formally enter into bilateral relationship with other existing nations of the world. And in this convention, we will have one of the emerging nation president to be part of it. This is not just gathering of people. It will be unified voice of over 50 million Biafrans who have already voted in the self-referendum, reflecting the clear will of the people to establish the United States of Biafra. On November 28, the final vote count will be concluded. And if the majority says yes to independence of Biafra, Biafra people will give the Biafra government the mandate on December 2nd to officially declare the restoration of independence of Biafra, fully defend it. The Biafra government will then be empowered by this legal document that will be generated from this convention and granted all legitimacy over a sovereign and independent United States of Biafra. This whole world will be watching, and the history awaits us all. I want you to understand that once this document has been generated and the Constitution of Biafra is voted on, which is a continuous document, a living document from the 1967 to 1970, the battle for the recognition of Biafra will then begin. At the same time, the legitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land will enter gear 10.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I come this morning with a very great news to announce to the Biafra people that the Biafra national football team will be playing first ever international game representing the Confederate State of Biafra this month, just before we go to our Finland convention. Pray for them so they're going to win, and it is going to be a good start. Woke Ebutegike. Ebutegike. Ibobokari. Those who think that Biafra will not come, look around yourself. What do you see? What do you see? Look at my eyes. What do you see? Nigeria is gone. We are freeing our people from the shackles of the Islamic State chain called Nigeria, from the terrorist state called Nigeria. Biafra is going. And I am leading Biafra out of Nigeria. The main liberation of Biafra will begin on the 2nd of December 2024. May God bless you. Support this movement so history will be kind to you.
This is the end of our news updates. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye for now.